Low-Vis comms. What does that even mean? Where would you need to use it? How would you use it, etc.? Those are some of the things I want to talk about today in this video. What is low-vis comms? If you consider any type of non-permissive environment, any type of scenario where SHTF has happened, if you find yourself in an urban area, maybe riots, you're trying to get some intel of where to go or how to get around it, or maybe the city's under control, you have access to it, but you don't want to put the signature out there that you're tactical or doing anything tactical like, or you're doing group environment stuff and you guys want to be able to have communications but not put the fact that you're using comms out there to either avoid suspicion, etc. Your imagination can kind of go off on here. There's obviously a lot of scenarios, especially in an urban area as a civilian, where you can consider low-vis comms, especially as a civilian, not wanting to put the fact that you're using comms out there. So I am going to get into the setup. Again, just want to go over a couple ideas or scenarios where you would consider using low-vis comms. Say you're trying to get some intel with a group in a city area or urban area and you don't want to have people knowing you're using comms or raise any suspicion, anything like that. You can be able to run your radio with a pair of earphones, the AirPods, whatever you want to have. Any type of wired earphones that do have microphone capability, you can run them into your radio, your Baofeng radio, any other radio that you have via this VTech or covert arms Kenwood adapter. So we'll get into that in a bit, but again, say you're in an urban area, you're doing some intel operations, or you're trying to gather some intel, or you're trying to do some type of work in an urban area as a group or with another individual where you guys do have radio access to each other. Maybe there's no communication, cell phones are down, or you have to, walk through the city, whatever, and you don't want people seeing you're using radios. You can just kind of blend in the environment with earphones, looking like you're listening to the radio or an iPhone, that type of stuff. So just another couple of scenarios where you could possibly need to use low-vis comms. I myself have been training with the group, just trying to get familiar with the idea and always adding capabilities. So lately we've been doing some just teamwork as far as in urban public areas, taking down information, etc., and just kind of making games out of it to make it fun, but also how to run this gear and use it. So very cool idea if the grid is down, communications are down, or if you just want to have a low-vis opportunity or low-vis access with comms. This is a really cool setup. I did have a couple people reach out when I did post on my Instagram or a couple YouTube posts, and they were asking what I run or how to use low-vis comms. So they asked me to do a video, and I thought it'd be cool to do one just to kind of show you guys what I like to run. First off, I want to kind of get into the basics of having low-vis comms. Comms is obviously going to be a radio. So there's different types of radios out there. This is a Baofeng radio, UV5R. I know they're cheap, but with that being said, they are cheap, so if you lose it, it's not a big deal. But they are proven, especially for what I'm trying to do. They're very popular, so if you have a group of other people that have these, it's easy to program them via Chirp software. These are just some different models or different setups. Speaking of low-vis, I just want to kind of give you guys a picture or an idea. These obviously wouldn't be really smart for low-vis. So if you can see here, this has an extended battery on it, plus an Abri extended whip antenna. So obviously this isn't really concealable or small. This would not be a good idea. This is just kind of like a standard UV5R with an extended battery, but again, that extended battery makes the platform bigger and the antenna is kind of longer on this, as you can see. So a good option that I like to run is just a regular UV5R. I do have it in this covert arms protective case. This is to help avoid button pushing, etc. Very cool accessory. I've done videos on all the covert arms defensive distributors editions that I have on here. But again, just a standard small footprint UV5R with a smaller antenna from Nagoya, just to have a smaller footprint, easier to conceal in your pocket like a cell phone, etc. This is just a PTT guard as well from Covert Arms Defense Distributors. Make sure to check them out. But again, I have the Nagoya antenna, so just something to consider for your low-vis setup is having a standard battery, maybe an extra one in your pocket, but not the extended one because you want to have a smaller footprint, and maybe a smaller antenna. It doesn't have to be a Nagoya, but this Nagoya one has been proven and also has been working well so far. So, but again, just wanted to go over the fact that you don't want to have a big radio or an extended battery, etc., for a low-vis setup. So just something to consider. I would recommend, however, having an extra battery in your pocket or on your person if able. Another thing I want to get into really quick is making sure you have your radios programmed. So again, like I said earlier in this video, just working with the training group that I run with has been awesome having these all programmed on the same channels, so we're able to just turn them on, you know, go over what comms plan we're going to be running as far as a primary channel and a backup channel, and we both have those tuned in as far as we just turn it on, ready to go. You don't have to, you know, mess with it as far as once you put it on and put it in your kit, you're good to go. So making sure you have them programmed, making sure you do checks and all that good stuff before you are going to go training or stuff like that, making sure you know how to use this is key. Just like firearms, you have to, you know, dry fire with them and get comfortable with them. Same thing with your radios. You want to make sure they're working, get used to the buttons, the operations, how they're going to work, etc. So on to the next thing, how we're going to be able to get the headphones into this radio. So that's kind of the main thing of this video, and that's going to bring us to this Kenwood adapter B-Tech push to talk, or Covert Arms push to talk. They're both pretty much the same, very similar. It's going to be a Kenwood adapter to where you can plug your regular headphones from your AirPods. If you're going to have the AirPods though, you do need to get the auxiliary adapter, obviously, so you can plug your AirPod into that, and then that's going to have the auxiliary adapter to where you can just plug this directly into the 3.5mm jack. But I just went ahead and got some regular headphones that have microphone capability, and they already have the 3.5 aux on the end, so I don't need to get the adapter. So again, I'm just going to plug that into here. Now that's going to give me access to this Kenwood adapter from the Covert Arms or B-Tech push to talk. The B-Tech one's a bit cheaper, I believe, but they're both the same. And again, so now this Kenwood adapter is going to plug into the radio like so. And now I have access. I can put this into my pocket after I have it on the right channel that I need. And then this push to talk right here is concealable. It can go numerous areas. I like to run it into my other pocket. So basically I can just have my hands in my pocket and access the push to talk, as opposed to having to grab my chest or grab my wrist, anything like that. I can just have my hands in my pocket and still be able to run my radio via the microphone and the headphones that are going to be into my ears, looking like a normal civilian that's in the city listening to AirPods or earphones, etc. So just a nice low-vis option from Covert Arms or B-Tech. This is going to be the Kenwood adapter. So again, that's going to plug into the radio. If you want to get headphones and you don't have AirPods, I recommend just getting regular 3.5mm aux headphones that do have microphone capability on there. Now you can have access to run your low-vis comms in an urban area, non-permissive environment, whatever have you. Just numerous options, great training devices as well, just to get used to that, especially with the way the world is getting, you never know. So with any of my kit or any of my gear, any of my guns, etc., I like to train with it and get used to it. This is kind of what I've been recently on as far as getting used to comms and just different ways of communicating off grid. But yeah, so go ahead and clown on me if you want for the UV5R. I hear it all the time, I see it all the time, but at the same time, they do work, they are proven. No, I do not have my FCC license. No, I'm not saying you don't need one to talk on it, but I know you don't need one to listen to them, and I have never seen anybody get in trouble for using them without a license. Do with that what you may. I hope this has helped you guys. But yeah, so if you guys have any suggestions or questions, make sure to shoot me a comment down below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, and thank you for watching.